Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We're back with Eldrazi ramp on the draw for game one. Alright, so we're going to be trying to ramp into Sire 7th. I've thought about keeping the Ugin, but I think Sire might be the better option here since we have a Temple. We'll see what our opponent's on in just a few moments, ideally. Our opponent is trying to figure out what's going on. Not sure which. Oh, there we go. Pride has been passed. We'll pass. Bloodstained Mire. And passing draw. Go Templar Forest here. I mean, we'll be able to go Temple, Rumble, Forest Chrysalis into Sire, most likely. At least that's the idea. Fetching on my upkeep. Why? Surveil. Okay. Keeps it on top. Verdant Cat. We could thin. Not that I'm sure it matters right now. Because we go Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6 at most. Yeah, I guess if we do find a Myco, it would be worth it to go Temple here. No Myco, instead finds Talisman. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll grab the Talisman. And pass. And hold on the off chance it's relevant. Row. Yikes. Well, would have really liked those cake commands now. Yeah, methinks I might just lose here. Red, green, colorless, heal it all. And we pass, and we pray. I mean, against any other deck, this hand and these lines would have been freaking fire. Against Ruby Storm, not so much. I guess the question is, do they have the turn 3 kill? Is a land, 5 in hand, Reckless Impulse, pass and full. Around, Bloodstained Mire. What else you got, friend? Rend Resolve. It's a ritual. Okay. A ritual. Alright. Three in hand. A Piff won't get you there. You would need another ritual. Four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wish. Flips tails. Chooses not to. What do you wish for? I mean, you can wish for a Grape Shot, I suppose. You've cast 1, 2, 3, 4. So Grape Shot would be 5. Fire Magic. To each creature. Sack. Trigger. Sack. Trigger. Sack. Trigger. And pass. Phase change. 2 in hand. And draw. Means unfortunately no Sire. There's a K return. Play Talisman. Play Verdant Cat. Go to combat. Blocking? That's surprising. I guess you have another Row. Pass. We might put this K return in yard because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they play another Row, we can sweep it, if nothing else. Would have liked to have surveilled to set up my next draw, but putting the K return in yard might be the best play if they have the Rel on board. Let's say you, opponent. 2 cards left in hand. And goes domain. Land for turn. 'Tis Ral. No Piff. At the very least, you don't have the mana for it. Fetch Wooded Foothill. Surveil. Keeps it on top. Go to end step fetch. I'll grab a forest. K return, pass, draw. Sprawl. For red. Trigger, yield all, and yes. Ral down. Go to combat. Swing for 5. Lethal's on board with no reducers on board. Manamorphose is mana neutral. Draw a card. Runs Resolve. Finds our Ritual. That's a +1. Manamorphose, mana neutral. Draw a card. And Bone scoops it up. We got there. I'll be honest, I put that into the books as a loss already, but I'm happy to retroactively change that to a win. Alright, we'll cut you, trim you. Need to cut 2 more, I think. Normally I will trim down on Chrysalis. Chrysalis and Sire. Honestly, just tempted to maybe cut out Chrysalis entirely, bring in, I don't know, a Nature's Claim. Might be worth it. I guess we could bring in 2 if we do trim down to Sire, just to get rid of Ruby Medallion. Yeah, let's do that. Interesting. I mean, Rumble can help with heat. Turn 1 Vexing Bubble turns off Ral. Yeah, it turns off Ral. And then we can try and Rumble into Delirium for heat, I suppose. Pass in full. Bloodstained Mire. Fetch. Surveil. They are splashing blue, so I imagine Flame of Anor is in the mix. Draw. Emrakul. Makes the Rumble a bit better, though I would like a Soul Land at this point. Maybe we'll find it off the Rumble. Then they have the turn 2. There's Medallion. Draw. Wooded Foothills. Stomping Ground, Shock, and Rumble. There's Graph Diggers. Hold up. Yeah. Cast Graph Diggers. So we've now turned off Piff, and we've turned off Ral Alt. Okay. That's promising. We'll pass, though. This K command's still offline. We still don't have a Delirium yet, either. Bit unfortunate. The only thing I need now is freaking Jailer. Jailer, Trinisphere, Wish. Wish for what? Prismatic gets rid of Cage. Devourer, a bit late to the party. Alright, well, this hand did not develop the way I hoped it would with that Rumble. Really need a Soul Land. Here's what I need. Fetch, Wooded Foothills. What you got, friend? Impulse Draw. There's Manamorphose. It's a +1/+ draw. Not sure why they kept their gemstone in. They're on the play. Draws a card. Bit of a desperate play there. And passing. Wooded Foothill, Fetch, Surveil. Lab to top. And draw. So we'll hold up K command 3. Question is, what do I want to tuck? I'd say Devour here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, I mean, if we survive the turn and are able to ramp with K command, we can cast Emrakul next turn. We also can turn on Unholy Heat if we need. There's a gemstone. There's Piff. So if I go K command, ramp, exile cards from yard, we can exile 3. So right now they only have 1 mana. They haven't played a land though. So the question is, I'm thinking if we just go Ritual, Impulse, Manamorphose, right? I don't think there's anything else. Bloodstained Mire, Ritual, Impulse, Morphose. Yeah. Ritual, Impulse, Morphose. Why do I feel like they've played more Manamorphoses than just the one? Maybe I'm just thinking of last game. Yeah. Alright. Ritual, Impulse, Morphose. Done. And done. And pass in full at that point. So now you can cast... You actually can't even cast Prismatic Ending. You don't have a white source. There's Manamorphose. Okay, so they had one in hand. Interesting. Red, red. And a Ritual. So now there's a Manamorphose and a Ritual. Manamorphose. I guess how important was that Impulse draw? I guess it makes sense why they got rid of the Pending then. I also feel like they should have probably at least grabbed a white source. They have 7 mana now. I guess they can wish. Yeah, I guess if Heat was a Nature's Claim, then maybe? Because we only brought in 1 Nature's Claim. We brought in 2. There's the Grape Shot. So going all at me, you have 3 left. Past in Flames flashback will cost 3. Oh, they have double. Never mind. Okay, I'm just dead. Unfortunate. Did not matter what we had. Yeah, because we brought in 2 Nature's Claims. I feel like that probably is enough. Let's go back to sideboarding. Cut the Gemstone, bring in Rumble. Yeah, I feel like that's still correct. I am thinking about potentially swapping out this 3rd Nature's Claim either for a 3rd Heat or a 3rd K return. I'm not sure which. But I'm thinking about going down to 2 potentially. Alright, let's run it back. Guess we could maybe go down a Heat for a claim here. Maybe. Alright, on the play for game 3. Bobble. I mean, we can use a K command as a redraw if needed. It's a bit of a risky hand, but this does deal with Ral and theoretically a Ruby Medallion if we can get a green source. Best case scenario would be a fetch for an Unholy Heat plus. It's a bit risky though. On the play, it feels a bit rough. Because we'll get 2 additional draws. I think I might need to mulligan this. Yeah. Trinisphere looks pretty good. I'll keep. So we want to hold on to Ugin, because what we want to find is a 7 mana value spell off the top is what we want to find. So I think I'm going to pitch the Rumble. Or the Verdant Cat. I think the Rumble. And done. So this way we'll go Surveil, look for a 7 mana value spell so we can play Trinisphere on 2. Otherwise, we'll Rumble, and then set up for Trinisphere the following turn. Draw. Windswept Teeth and pass. And hold. Wooded Foothills. Passing, go to end step. Fetch with Windswept Teeth, Surveil. Sanctum of Ugin's not what we're looking for. We'll draw. Alright, in that case, we will go with a Verdant Catacomb and fetch for a Forest and Rumble. Opponent will fetch Surveil. Surveil resolves. There's Temple, there's Myco, there's Ugin. I mean, next turn we are definitely going to be playing Trinisphere. I think Myco's probably correct here. Yeah, we'll go Myco. 4 types in Yard now, so he is online. We'll pass and hope that they do not have the turn to win. Wooded Foothills fetch and Medallion. Draw. Devourer. I will imprint Devourer. So at this point, we can't play Myco plus, so we're just going to cast the Trinisphere. I should make sure I hold up my red source. So we'll go for Trinisphere and pass. Next turn we can kick Myco. Fetch Arid Mesa. Sacred Foundry Shock. Do you have a prismatic ending? Ren's Resolve. Finds another Impulse Draw. We want to get rid of that white source so they don't have pending. Draw. K command. No imprint. And kick the Myco. And I will grab Temple. And pass. And pass. Alright, can we get the win here with this Trinisphere online? What I'd love to get back is that World Breaker, so that way I can get rid of another land. Elegant Parlor, Surveils. Puts Ritual to the yard. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 short of Breaker from yard. We'll draw. Bauble. Bauble does cost me 3 mana is the only downside. That still does allow me a K command X equals 2 or an Unholy Heat. Let's start by going to combat. We could K command X equals 4, but that's not going to be enough for a kicked Myco. So yeah, I think I will simply play Vexing Bauble. Well, they would have to get rid of... Actually, no, I think I hold them to the K command. I think the Bauble isn't necessary here, because if they Prismatic Ending, then they can't really do much else, I don't think. It'd be 3 mana. They'd have at most 1 mana left over, or I guess a ritual to set it off. Oh, they play Ral. We have the K command and the heat, so I'm just going to hold. I think that's correct. What say you, opponent? Did you find the pending? You did not. Going to end step. We're going to K command then. And done. Bottom. Bottom. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus 5. So we can go Emrakul. Though I'm more inclined to play this World Breaker, get rid of a land, because by getting rid of a land, then they can't play through Trinisphere. So I think that might be the better choice in the grand scheme, at least for next turn. So in that case, we are going to... Let's see. The only downside is that Emrakul presents lethal. Mygo Spawn does not. Huh. Yeah, the Emrakul might be the better play in the grand scheme. Because again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus 5. We'll have 6. Yeah, so we can't go both. Alright, in that case, I suppose we'll go top, draw, and draw. Alright. And we'll go 1 and 2. Tis an Emrakul. And we could play Bauble for 3. That would still allow me to hold up hold up Heat, but opponent will scoop it up anyways, so we got there. Alright, cool. Honestly, a bit surprised, but I think we got a little bit lucky, which I feel like is kind of what needs to happen in this matchup. You either get lucky or you lose. That being said, we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match number 2 on the draw for game 1. Let's see what our opponent's on. It is Belcher time. Okay, so I need to find Myco ASAP. Misty Rainforest, fetch. They shouldn't be on Harbinger main, so we can go for Stomping Ground Shock. And Sprawl for green and pass. So we're wanting to find Ghost Quarter. The thing is, this Lotus Bloom is going to help accelerate them even through Ghost Quarter, so we need the Ghost Quarter loop. Opponent's passing. This could be Jawari Disruption. We'll tuck the Emrakul. This will allow me to then play Talisman of Impulse. And then attempt to play Sprawl. This way we're staying ahead of Jawari. For green. And then we can Rumble. No reason to hold up red. There's Temple. I mean, I think we might need to just lean into this Emrakul, to be honest. Alright, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, we'll pass. Lotus Bloom, doing Lotus Bloom things. We have all the mana in the world right now. We just need to find a way to disrupt them. Down to 14. This seems like a whir. Could also be a flare. So, I mean, if they have even if they get Lotus Bloom land, they can win. And I think I need to go for K command and hold back 1, basically. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 short of Emrakul. We could attempt to hold up for Tameshi, but there's no guarantee they don't just bloom land, Belcher win, right? So I think we need to play this command and hold up green. Yep, okay. So let's cast command. We're gonna go green. Cast ramp, scry draw. Hold back green and 1 additional spawn. So X equals 5. Done. Looking for Myco spawn if this resolves. Commandeer. Well, shit. Wasn't expecting that, I'll be real. Was not expecting that at all. Alright, I mean, I can't do anything about that. There's gonna be a loss. Because now they get to scry 5, ramp 5. I mean, we're SOL. We did play around the Gerard Disruption rather well, though, I will say. Yeah, I was not expecting main deck Commandeer. Probably like a 1 of 2. Well, we'll pass in full. I can't do anything about that. And pass. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, if we make it a turn, we can play Emrakul. I don't expect us to make it a turn. There's Tameshi. I mean, you had them... Do you not have Belcher? There's no way you don't have Belcher. Seagate. Bolt. Huh. I may have not had the Belcher. So now they're going to go for Seagate. Then draw cards to try and find the Belch. Interesting. So actually, with this archive, can't they just go find waterlogged teachings and then go find with waterlogged teachings were? So I think we're 1000% dead because they would need teachings is 4, were for 7, so that'd be 11 plus an additional 4, so 15. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. We's are dead. Yep, there's were. Belchin. And dead. Let's take a look. Anything out of the usual? Strict Serenade's relatively common now. Step through time. Turn 2 target creatures to their owner's hand. Interesting. Wizard cycling? Wait. Discard this card. Search your life for a wizard card. Reveal it. Huh. I'll be real. Didn't know this card existed. Tameshi's a wizard? Tameshi is a wizard. Huh. Alright. Interesting. Stern Scolding, Jawari, Seagate Flare. They literally had only that 1 of Commandeer. So that's brutal. That is brutal. Okay. How do you want to proceed here? Vaccine Bauble, Ghost Quarter, Unholy Heat, cut K Return, cut the Gemstone, and 2 more. Is Belcher even on my list? Belcher's kind of been off my radar for a while. It is. And then Chrysalis Sire out. And I think that should be it. Ghost Quarter, Heat, Bobble in, and run it back. Yeah, did not even know that card that could Wizard Cycle existed, but that's kind of cool. Not sure how good it is, but it's cool at the very least. And ones like this is where I wish I still ran some number of Disruptor Flute. On the play for game 2, there's Ice Till and Bauble. Interesting. I mean, if you can find Ghost Quarter, this feels good. Alright, we can make this work. I do need a lab, though, most likely. Reveal. Well, there's a Ghost Quarter. Huh. I suppose I kind of have to go this direction. So we'll go Ghost Quarter. Play Bog. Target you. Pass. So what we'll ideally do now is Ghost Quarter Talisman. I guess we'll go Forest Talisman Bauble. Draw. Talisman. Bauble. Pass. I would like another land off the top. That way I can play land, Ice Till, then Ghost Quarter. Thunder Trap Trainer, that's fine. Because if we can get the Ghost Quarter loops online, we should just be able to win. I guess worst comes to worst, I can play Ghost Quarter, tap, Ghost Quarter, and then from there, pick up Ghost Quarter. Yeah. We don't even need to bait Flare since we have the Vexing Bauble, which is nice. We have Sanctum. Perfect. No, that's red. I need green. Geese and Ice Till. Ghost Quarter. Mill a card. You likely have at least one basic left in your deck. I'd be surprised if you didn't. Do you have any way to get cards out of Yard? I don't think you do. So in that case, I will Ghost Quarter Sporific Springs right now. And pass in full. Fails to find? You didn't bring in a basic. Bold move caught him. I mean, I'm just going to Ghost Quarter you out of the game. You will not be able to have lands. I'm also going to play a second Ice Till on top of which. Okay. Passing. Blue into the Flood Maw? Sure. Draw. Another Ice Till that you can't do anything about because of Bauble. Ghost Quarter Mill. Ghost Quarter you. Fails to find. Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter you. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. Thank you, Ice Till. Alright, let's go to side. Bring back the gemstone. Trim on the rumble. Run it back. Yeah, Ice Till makes this matchup tolerable. Let's be clear about that. Like, Ice Till 1000% makes this matchup tolerable. Otherwise, you'd just be wholly reliant on either Flute or if you run Stonebrain. But Stonebrain I find to be so slow into this matchup, unless you go like turn 1 Lab, Stonebrain. And even then, you kind of end up behind on board. I don't like Stonebraining when you're behind on board. This is interesting. We can turn 1 Bauble. We have Ghost Quarter, but we need an Ice Till ideally. I can make this work. It's just a little bit slower than I'd like. The Ghost Quarter will help. Unless they brought in basics, in which case we need to be doing it strategically. Opponent keeps opening 7. Not a fan of that. I'll keep as well. We'll pass. Seagate. Shock. I suppose we'll see what they got. He's a Bobble. Bobble resolves. What did you think I was going to play on turn 1? Interesting. I guess it could be a Stubborn Denial. Not Stubborn Denial, a Spell Snare. 2 for Trainer. They have to have brought in a basic, right? There's no way they didn't. We draw Lab. Lab Imprint Ugin. Cast Talisman. Cast Rumble. Yeah, I think we have to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sanctum. And pass. We can play Sanctum, play Breaker, grab Mycospawn. Yeah. Pass. There's Lotus Bloom. Vexing Bubble's still up, though. Worst case scenario here would be a Whir. I suppose they do play some number Consign. Opponent's Tinkin. I mean, their free spells are offline. I guess if they Consign Breaker plus Sanctum, at least then they're not playing a Whir. Gives us another turn to draw into something worth our while. Philology, tapping down. Finds Seagate. Play Seagate. And Bolts. That's a bit concerning. Oh, tapping down. Into the Flood. Rude. Draw. Didn't matter. Actually, it still does. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it still does. In that case, fetch for a forest. I'll go forest, talisman, and then chrysalis. Yield all. Next turn we have breaker and ghost quarter. I will pass. Lotus Bloom triggers. And if they just Windmill Slam a Charbelcher here, we have the breaker to break it. Another Philology. Finds Waterlogged or Hydroelectric. I just know it's just Waterlogged. Hydroelectric you cannot pick up with Philology. Holding up the Sporific Springs. And passing. Draw. Alright, let's... How do I want to proceed here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Unfortunately, we're short 1. We could go Sanctum, Breaker, break a land. I think that is probably the best move. Though I'm tempted to Ghost Quarter. Go Sanctum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will play a Talisman. I guess we actually should do it like this. Play a Talisman because I'm going to want to crack a spawn anyways. I'm going to counter this, be my guest. And triggers. We'll get rid of that Sporific Springs. Is it consign? No. Yes. Sowing Myco. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We could go for Emrakul. That is another consideration. What's better here? Emrakul or Myco spawn? Huh. Depends, right? If I think they're going to win, then the Emrakul. Otherwise, going Myco spawn feels better. The problem is they do have 3 creatures on the board for me to deal with, so maybe the Emrakul is the better choice. Yeah, let's go Emrakul. Go to combat. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Into the Flood Maw. Give me another fish. Oh, I guess you don't give me a fish now. Alright, we will pass. Lotus Bloom. So we can Ghost Quarter land, or even... Maybe it's better to hold it up, actually. Play that Emrakul. Plaza. Passing. 3 in hand. 1's a Stern Scolding. We draw. Lab. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 minus 2. We could play Chrysalis and Emrakul, but it's probably just best for me to play the Emrakul here. And 1, 2. 'Tis an Emrakul. Do you have Consigned Memory? Not to mention they have Stern Scolding, so they can counter the Chrysalis. If we get the trigger at the very least, we can then Ghost Quarter fail to find. There's Flare. So we get the trigger. We'll play the quarter, or the vaccine, yeah, the Ghost Quarter. There's the Vaccine Bobble. And I suppose attacking or blocking doesn't really matter too much here, so I'm gonna just hold. Have them attacking me, I suppose. There's Tameshi, so we can... Oh, this is fun. I can cast Tameshi, then counter a Stern Scolding, Lotus Bloom, Bloom trigger. I'm going to keep that in exile, though. No. That'll stay in exile. And then we'll go to draw. There's Consign. A bit unfortunate, but fine. We go to main. So I'm going to hold control and cast Tameshi. Cast Stern Scolding on Tameshi. And then I will Ghost Quarter them, take out their white source. Yep. Let's take a look at your deck post sideboard. 2 Commandeer now. 2 Consign left. Flare, of course, Char Belcher. 1 Harbinger. Jawari, Seagate were 2 Strix. 1 Stern Scolding remaining. And wait, no basics. Bold move got him. Alright. Go to combat, attack. I suppose attack of the thing that... Well, no, we'll attack with this. Go to blocks. And at this point we'll pass in full. So we know they have Consign in hand, and that's it right now. Land. Draw. I mean, I suppose we'll just chew through the Consign. Imagine you counter it. Yep. Yield all. And yield all. Play the Windswept Teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can play Ugin next turn. Attack with Breaker. They block. And pass. And hold. The worst case scenario here is they draw into the Belcher. End step. Fetch. Surveil. Another bauble. Bauble to yard. Return Ugin to hand. And draw. Play the gemstone. Targets. Yield all. Flare. Sink. That's fine. Go to combat. Swing for 6. Lethal's on board. Alright. I mean, even if they draw into a Belcher, this should be GG's. Lotus Bloom. And that's GG's. Go to combat. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take it. Oh, alright. Good stuff. Thank you, Vexing Bobble, and thank you, Ghost Quarter. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, and we're back for match number 3 on the play for game 1. I will keep this. This is nice. We go Utopia Sprawl red, Chrysalis, land kick. Looks pretty good to me. But we'll take a quick pause and wait for our opponent to return because they may have been away in between rounds, but we'll be back in just a few short moments. Alright, and we're back. Opponent will get down to 6. Forest. Sprawl. Does it resolve? Red. Pass. And pass. Flooded Strand. Fetch. Sacred Foundry. Shock 17 for Rag. He's a Rag. So it could be energy, could be blink. Draw. Breaker. Love that. Chrysalis. Yield all. And pass. And hold. What say you, opponent? I mean, a Chrysalis on turn 2 is really good in this matchup, whether it's energy or blink. Imagine it's more likely that it's blink than it's energy, given its meta share right now. Would be my guess. And I guess they could Solitude Chrysalis. Draw. So I do wonder here, because I'm thinking this is Blink. Okay, so I'm going to go Windswept Teeth, fetch. I'm going to go Stomping Ground, shock. I'm going to sack Trigger. I think I'm playing into a Consign, but I think I need to do so, unfortunately. Hit the Sacred Foundry. Do you have a Consign memory in hand? One, two, three, four, five. No Consign. That's insane. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I just grab a Templar to grab a Sanctum here. Kind of tempted to grab a Sanctum, to be honest. Though, Then we have to sacrifice the spawn. So yeah, we'll go grab a Temple or a Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls would guarantee resolution if they do draw into a Consign. Sanctum could help us dig deeper, but we already have Devour plus Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Let's grab Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls would allow us to guarantee resolution. Yeah, I'm thinking this is still Blink. I'm going to name Eldrazi. And we'll go to combat. They don't have Felia. They could bolt the Myco. I'm gonna actually hold back. Ooh. And I'm gonna be back in just 1 second. Alright, and we're back. Opponent fetches a Scouting Tarn. Yeah, TLDR. Just having some issues with my internet. Hopefully it doesn't impact my ability to play MTGO, so I'll have to wait and see. Opponent finds Elegant Parlor. This might actually be energy after all. Interesting. And if it is energy, then I'm a-okay with that. Felia. Nope. Looking like Blink after all. Okay, Felia to yard. Yeah, I kind of want to make sure that we have the spawn. I don't want Ragavan hitting. Hence why I didn't want to attack. If I attack with Chrysalis, then they bolt the Myco spawn. They attack with Ragavan. I don't want them hitting, so I think this makes the most sense. It is an island and pass in. And draw. Trigger. Target Parlor. Float white blue. There's Felia. Sure, sure. And then we'll go to combat. And attack with Chrysalis. When they attack, they blink. I doubt they're going to attack blink one of our creatures. Felia's here to blink one of theirs. I'll attack with Chrysalis. And Bajukabog target you and pass in full. I mean, if they go Riddler, blink with Felia, that's fine, because then we have Devour to get rid of Riddler. Arid Mesa fetch. Sure, sure. 'Tis a mountain. Is it a Riddler? It's a Riddler. So they're going to send Felia into one of our creatures. We'll exile the Riddler. Yep. Riddler blink. And block. And Boat's going to scoop it up. We'll take the win against Blink for game 1. Alright. So we're going to want Unholy Heat. No Nature's Claim. We can trim on Rumble. And then trim on... what else? K-Return. Right. Because K-Return's kind of okay here. I mean, kind of like everything else in Game 2, Game 3. Ice Still for Charmal, so we can kind of compete with their land destruction. We could bring in Bobble, but in my experience, it just isn't good enough. So I'm going to run it back like this. There is some thought to, like I said, running maybe a third heat. I feel like if I did do that, I would cut a claim for a third heat. Might be correct. I have to think about that some more. Because Heat's definitely better than K-Return in this specific matchup, as it's able to clear Riddler as long as we have Delirium. But also can deal with Ragavan, deal with Felia, and the like. But winning game 1 here is pretty good. Yeah, we can go in 3-0 into round 4. We have what? 4 more rounds? Yeah, we have 7 rounds total. So we're definitely getting there. Opponent, I imagine, brings in Charmal, potentially Dampening Sphere, maybe some more Consigns. I'm pretty sure they run 4 of main. Pretty sure that should be it. But let me take a look at a Blink list real quick. Jeskai. I mean, I guess, yeah, one of Ghost Vacuum seems right. Maybe Surgical, Force Negation, Subtlety, and Charma all seem like valid options here. I think Subtlety is actually pretty good in this matchup for them. Just not sure how many people actually board it in against E-Ramp. Basically because we have pivoted to Ugin to deal with Blink. When it's on the play. This hand's kind of... actually, no, this hand's fine. We're on the draw. So we can find something off Devour plus fetch. Sprawl. I'm going to keep. I'm going to reveal. I'm going to pass. So what I want to find... probably a Soul Land. Soul Land would be good. And... if you're the one opponent, you could consign the trigger. I just don't think it's worth your time. Or resources. Both. Opponent's thinking about it, though. And I have to assume they have consign in hand. Ooh. There's the lab. There's Temple. I think going Temple here might be the better bet because I'm thinking that they do have a consign up. It's also possible they could be playing some of our Spell Snare in the side or even in main. So I wonder if going Windswept Teeth, Fetch, Sprawl in the Temple would be best. Yeah, probably. Otherwise, we kind of put ourselves at risk going Lab. So we'll go Temple. Also means we don't have to imprint the Devourer, which is relevant. Windswept Teeth. Fetch for a Forest. And that way it can't get Charmod. Tis a Forest. Tis a Sprawl. For red. And pass. Pledge Strand fetch down to 19. Surveil. With no turn 1 Ragavan, they can't really do their Riddler shenanigans until turn 3, so we have a bit of time to set up. Surveil. For blue-red. Keeps it on top, and we'll pass in full. Arid Mesa. So, I mean, we could do one of two things here. We could play around the consign by just going Talisman Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would have kicked Micah Spawn next turn if I go that route. Obsidian Charmal is not on the table just yet either. I think I'm just going to go Chrysalis. Yield all. Let's see if you have Consign. So they're going for Felia instead. Then we kind of want the blocker. If they Consign, they don't have Felia. If they Consign, they also don't have Consign for later. So at this point, we'll pass. Hallowed Fountain Shock, show me the consigned memory. And paying cost for consign. Pass in full. So next turn we could go kicked Maiko. Get rid of a red source for Charmaw. Bit risky to do, admittedly, but might be correct. Depends on what they play. If they go like Riddler, Ephem, draw. Devourer. Second Devourer is nice. Alright, well, let's see if you have a second consign to memory. And go after a Thundering Falls. Flooded Strand. Okay. This will mean, however, that if they do have the Charmal, they just need... Actually, yeah, just double red. They will have Charmal online, which is unfortunate. I think at this point we just need to play through the consign. Unfortunately, don't have many other plays in hand right now, like K-Command or Rumble or Ice Till. Okay, so yeah, I think I have the consign and the Charmal. I mean, you can only do so much. Double consign plus Charmal is rough. Yep, and pass in full. Alright, question now is, do they have the Charmal? And pass. Arena of Glory on top of it, so you can now haste your Charmal. No Charmal, though. Interesting. Draw. I don't really want to play the Devourer right now, so we're going to play Misty Rain. Talisman is Talisman Resolve. And we'll pass. And hold until end step. Surveil. Yeah, so one thing I don't like about devouring these decks is that I really don't want to play it into just Exile in my freaking Sprawl. Commercial District, Surveil. Unholy Heat is nice for a potential Felia. Well, I'll put it on top. And draw. Forest. Hold. No Ophelia. Okay. We'll draw. Rumble. Casting the Rumble. Wow. Nothing but bricks here today. I'll grab the Stomping Ground. Play it tapped. And hold. And step. He's Ophelia. Or not. Solitude? Sure. That's fine. I mean, we have Devourer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll take 3 down to 15. They'll be up to 16. That is fine. End step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. End step, return Devourer. They don't need to know about the second one in hand. We'll draw. Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi, so at least the body will resolve. And this is green-red. Target and hold. You have consign for the trigger. And I guess you could also Ephem if you really want. Resolves. Body hits the board. 5 cards in hand. Delirium is online. I do need to note that as well. Another Solitude. Sure, why not? We got more Devours where that came from. And hold. We can pretty much play anything in our deck right now. Just need to draw into it. Surprised we have not been Charmod yet, though, I'll be real. What else you got in hand? A land. Sure, sure. Fetch. Arid Mesa. For Steam Vents. Shocking. Interesting. Quantum Riddler. Warp. Why did you not warp that and attack it with it hasted? Weird. End step. Paying cost for Ephem. In response, heat. And pass. You're not drawing more cards. That's not allowed. Phase change. Draw. Myco. I want to get rid of this Solitude first. At the same time, Myco going for Sanctum is appealing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Unfortunately, I can't do both if I go for Sanctum. I guess I should be a bit smarter on how I tap this. Let's get rid of Arena of Glory. Do not want that on field. Do you have a consign to memory? Seems like it. At the very least, the body can't be countered, so the body will hit board. We'll get another consign, their third consign out of hand. Definitely a very interactive hand by opponent. Yep, there's the consign. We'll pass in full. Body hits board. And passing. If they attack, we won't block. No haste. Flage. Flage Helix Myco. Well, that is a problem with that Arena of Glory. 2 cards left in hand. Draw. World Break. In that case, we're going to World Break. Again, I should play this a bit smarter. Oh, that's right. So in that case, green, and 1 and 2. Let's break that Arena of Glory now. See if you have your 4th consign. Hopefully not. Because what I'd love for you to do is you play your Flage unhasted so I can devour it. Perfect. We'll pass. So now they'll likely play their Flage unhasted and we'll be able to devour it instead. Pass in full. Arena of Glory is definitely a priority target when Flage is involved. You do not want hasty 12 damage coming at your face. It is an easy way to lose. For the most part, you do want to kind of go for utility lands unless you're trying to deny your opponent specific mana sources. Well, there's a Charmaw. Do you go for the Cavern Souls? Okay. Yep, makes sense. At the same time, I feel like you don't have many more counter spells left. You have consigned, like a consigned to memory left at most. I was kind of hoping you were going to play your Flage. I want to get rid of it. Because at least now I can block the Charmaw. It's possible they also may have not clocked that World Breaker has reach. The combat. No attacks. Draw. K command's pretty solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I think I'm gonna go for the K command, right? Go to their upkeep. And then scry draw, exile cards in yard. No attacks. End step. They play a Felia, I suppose I can K command the Felia. Paying cost for Wear Tear. Freaking rude. But now I don't have to worry about consign or force, so we're going to scry draw exile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still have 7. Yep, scry draw exile cards in yard. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. And done. Alright, got plenty to work with here. So we'll have 5 plus 7. 1 land gets us to Emrakul. We have Sanctum, we have Rumble. Let's say Bog to bottom. I'm thinking we go... Rumble top. Kind of want to go Sanctum top. We're going to need to go Chrysalis. I guess we'll go Sire, Chrysalis, Shifting, Emrakul, and pass. And pass. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So even if they pop the temple, still have enough. Another Charmal. Yep. The combat. No sneaky reach, unfortunately. We'll draw. Shifting Wood. And it's an Emrakul. Paying cost. Strix Serenade. Wild. Our turn. Prismatic Ending. So we don't have enough. Exile target non-land permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to. So unfortunately, we don't have enough, but we can at least do this. Go to combat. Attack with Charmal. We'll block. Am I worried about Charmal or Solitude more, I suppose is a good question. I actually don't care about Charmal too much. Solitude, maybe a bit more. Both of them are a bit of an issue. Block the Charmal. I guess I could have also attacked with Solitude and blocked the bird. That's true. Pass. And pass. I mean, next turn I can attack in with an Emrakul. One's passing. Plays a land for turn. We'll draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yield all. The combat. Attack with Breaker. No block. Fetch with Scouting Tarn. And we have enough mana to hold up for Shifting Wood if they decide to try and Charmal it. We have Ragavan to yard. And passing. Definitely should have attacked with the Solitude into the bird. Bit of a misplay on my part. No attacks. We'll draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's attack in with Breaker here. One card left in hand. No blocks. Down to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then shifting woodland's kind of at risk. I will cast the Sire 7-up, I think. Sack, trigger. And pass in full. Because, I mean, if you have an EFEM, then having a Sire here is going to put you into a pretty tough position. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. Solid, solid stuff. We'll be back for match number 4. Alright, we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. I'll keep. Kind of wish this gemstone was something else, but we can make it work. Question is whether or not we Myco spawn or K command. I guess we draw into a green or a red source. We can then play Chrysalis instead. But I kept opening 7. Lab, imprint, cast, and pass, and pass. What you got, friend? Oh, it's Titan. Titan or Affinity? I guess it could be Broodscale. Titan, Affinity, Broodscale. Is Affinity. Opal. This does mean that whatchamacallit is online, Rebuke's online. I'll play a Forest or Stomping Ground. They could be playing Blood Moon Main, though it is uncommon. Still think we go Forest. I guess we have Talisman as well. I'll go Forest, Chrysalis, and healed all. No Rebuke. No hesitation there. They were 6'd out. So in that case, we can kick Mike Spawn on that Saga next turn. Spire Bluff Canal. Passing. Draw. Stomp. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to have to still tap the Ugin's Lab. Play Cavern and kick. Triggers. Kick the Saga, though I should have definitely have triggered that a bit differently. Opponent is going to scoop it up. Okay. I'll take the early win against Affinity. Game 1 is definitely the worst matchup, or worst for this matchup. So we want Clayman, we want Bobblein, we want Heaton. What's it looking like for the sideboard guide? So Ice Till out. Trim Rumble. Cut Bog. And then cut the K return. And that's right, we don't bring in heat. That looks right. Yep, okay. Let's run it back. There's some discussion, I think, to trimming on a Chrysalis plus maybe a 7-mana value spell to keep the returns in. Because there is some benefit to being able to sweep the drones with things other than Fade. Yeah. So if I were to do that, what? Trim 1 Chrysalis, 1 Devourer? So Devourer can hit Kappa, Pinnacle Emissary. Sire's beneficial, Worldbreaker's good, and Emrakul is one of the only ways to deal with Kappa with a creature. But I guess like Devour would require 11 mana, right? At the same time, they usually bring in Tormod scripts. We could trim in Emrakul here and go something like this. I kind of like the idea of I feel like the care turns are beneficial because sweeping the drones early can cut them short on Kappa, but there also are worlds where the drones just like are the threat and beat you down. So we'll try this. They do play Blood Moon on this side, so go Verdant Catacombs, fetch, Sprawl red. We'll keep this and pass. Now, Drum, EE, pass, draw, Emrakul. Verdant Catacomb, Forest, Sprawl, red. Because we no longer need double green. We'll pass. Shadow Spear. I think they might just have a Kappa in hand, to be honest. Draw, Myco. I will... We can't play around Rebuke unless we just hold up the K command. I'm trying to think here. 1, 2... Yeah, I think we still have to fire off the Rumble. Fire off the Rumble. Vexing Bauble. Chrysalis. Ooh, this is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll be 2 short of Emrakul. I mean, I think the Vexing Ball is probably the right take here. Yeah. Imprint, Sire Breaker. I'm gonna say... Both have value. I'm gonna say Breaker here. Cast the Bauble and pass. Consign. That was a snap consign. We'll pass 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, too short. This is Kappa mana. They will be tapped down. Thought Cash draw 2. There's Kappa. 1 card left in hand will draw. Rumble yet again. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm gonna go Rumble once more. Well, actually, 6. Yeah, I think we still go Rumble. Grab Temple or Stomping Ground. So we're gonna have land in yards, so we'll stay at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My concern, of course, is them EEing here and clearing the spawns. I also want to make Emrakul uncounterable if I can help it. So if I can play Myco... Yeah, I think there is a conversation. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go Stomp. Stomp Shock. Cast the Myco. Yield all. Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi. And pass and pass. Pass in full, I guess. Maybe there's a Worldwide K command for 0. Draw a card. 3 in hand. Land. Draw a card. Surprised it just didn't equip the Shadow Spear for 0. Trigger. Bauble. Target me. Attack for 6, down to 11. End step and bobble trigger. Draw. Sanctum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cinemrical. Sanctum of Ugin. We don't need to cast that or trigger that just yet. No. Let's go to combat. Swing in for 3. Sink in the Stupor. Pinnacle Emissary. Fiery Islet. Well, I will go to combat. First off and foremost, Saga. Combat. Attack. Go to blocks. Opponent will scoop it up. We'll take it. Alright, solid win against Affinity. We are 4-0 going to 5. We'll be back for match number 5. Alright, and we're back for match number 5 on the draw for game 1 against Obosh. Could this be... Does Obosh get played in Blink? Is that possible? I guess if you cut Felia. I'll keep... I'm very curious now. Arid Mesa, fetch 19. Steam Vent Shock for Rag. Oh, yeah. Looks like this might be Blink. Huh. Who would have Tunk? Well, pass. And hold on the off chance it's relevant. We're gonna take Tooth to the face. So I wonder what they replaced Felia with. Also, snow-covered plains. Why snow-covered? Finds Ugin. That's unfortunate. I like that card in this matchup. Oh! Maybe not Blink. But, no, maybe... I don't know anymore, guys. I'll be real. I don't know what I'm playing against anymore. Maybe it's Jeskai Energy? But then you wouldn't be playing a Johnny. Yep. No clue anymore. I am 1010% lost, but I'd love to see a K return off the top. Would love to see a K return. Not a K return. Huh. I guess go Stomping Ground Shock. Next turn we can play Chrysalis. I want to get rid of Gaida Souls. Yeah. So yeah, Jeskai Energy with Mockingbird Shepherd maybe? Main combat. Prior to combat, I guess they can't guide this turn. So what I want to get rid of then, let's have them attack. I'll have the guide trigger. Guide triggers. Do I want to get rid of Rag or this Ocelot Pride? I'm definitely going to cast this. I'm definitely going to ramp. I'm definitely going to exile. We can exile the Rag, because I don't want them ramping. Rag down, unless you have Consign main. Well, shit. Alright. That's a problem. Draw. Verdant Catacomb fetch for a forest. And Chrysalis. Yield all. A second Consign? Oh, well, that's over. I'm just dead. I mean, I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that, right? Double Consign plus the like amazing energy start. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Even if I find a K return here, I lose. I mean, I'll just have you play through it. I is dead. I'm 1000% just hosed here. So I guess I'll classify this as energy until I'm proven otherwise. Floats the rag down to 2. Well, I think it was down to 1. That doesn't matter. It does not matter. What's this? Flage? Obosh the hand. Cool. Draw. Grizzles doesn't matter. Alright, concede. Yeah, I mean, I guess... Oh, this is weird. I want to know what this is playing, because yeah, with Obosh, they could still play Riddler. They could still play Solitude. They can still play Ephems. Like, they could play an Energy Blink Smash Up. Weird. Really weird. I mean, we bring in Heat. We keep Return. They can still play Flage. We keep Bog. We need Cavernous Souls. Trim the Gemstone and I guess the Emrakul. Because they can play Charmaw. Yeah, so you want the Ice still. Alright, let's run it back. On the play for game 2. What we got? What an unexpected thing to run into. So they're already playing Consign main. So I imagine they probably bring in Charmaw. I mean, I guess they can also play Molten Rain. Let's take a look at this list by Manahito. Okay, so this has Obosh in it. Gynosaur's Pride, Flage, Riddler, Ragavan, Solitude. Consign, Ephem, Discharge. So yeah, I mean, it's just energy plus... Alright, weird. Really, really weird. I'll keep this. They did keep Obosh. Bumwingen's down to 6. So we have to play around Consign. I have to play around so much. This K return's great, though. I was hoping for something a bit better. I'll grab the Sanctum. Yeah. Though, I'm assuming they play Charmaw. So maybe the Shifting Wood is actually better. Yeah, I'll grab the Shifting Wood, question mark. The only downside is that I don't have double colors for the K return. Grab the Shifting Wood. Forest, Sprawl, Red. Pass. Pass. Sacred Foundry, Shock 4. Guide. Draw. Rumble. There's Cavernous Souls. There's Ugin. There's Chrysalis. Let's grab the Cavernous Souls. We have Colorless. Shifting Wood. And pass. Hold. Pride trigger. Always yield. Attack for 1. Holding up Arid Mesa. If I'm willing to bet, that's a Consign in hand. Draw. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Cast Talisman of Impulse. Yes, we'll cast Talisman of Impulse, hold up the K return. And I'll pass at this point. If they don't fetch, they do fetch. Pretty much immediately. I guess we could just get rid of the Guide of Souls here. K command X2. Call it a day. Yeah. Ramp and Scry Draw. Get rid of the guide. Done. And pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can guarantee the resolution of Devourer. Don't really care if the Ocelot Pride hits me right now. I kind of want them to overextend into the board if possible. Also, Shifting Woodlands is online. I can start smacking them in the face. Riddler Warp. Blues out. Draw a card. Ephem. Pride. Fine. I mean, I guess if that's the case, we could just block. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I guess I'll hold because we can play the Ice Tail plus return. We'll take the hits. Warp. Yep. And draw land. So we're going to go 1, 2, and yeah, because we want to hold the double green. Cast the K return. K return. Cast Ice Till. Lab trigger. Yield all. No imprint. Alright, I will pass at this point. And pass. Flage, Charmaw. Charmaw hitting. My friend, you should really pay attention to what's in my yard, I feel. Draw. Not to mention, yeah, I mean, it didn't really matter. Lab, trigger. Not to mention we have this ice still on board. So, always yield. No imprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess Stomping Ground, Shock, and then attempt to Devour. Mill. See if you have Consign a Memory. Flooded Strand, fetch. Surveil. So no Consign. Nope. Go to combat, attack, down to 17, which means I have lethal on board with Shifting Wood. Arena of Glory. Hasting. What the fresh hell are you hasting? Another Charmal? Or I guess you could haste a Riddler Warped? Riddler Warped, okay. Draw a card. I guess draw 2. Really doing Riddler shenanigans. And then Charmaw. You need to hit the Shifting Woodland. I was about to say, you need to hit that, otherwise you will lose. That's wild. That's 8 damage, no blocks. Yeah, Arena of Glory is kind of a nutty card. Draw. No reason to Bajuka Bog, I don't think. So let's start with Commercial District Surveil. Mill. Surveil. Ghost Quarter to Yard. We'll grab the Shifting Wood. Mill. You can't haste anything. So attacking here seems correct. At least with the Devourer, we could always block a rag. So attack with Devourer. And pass. We'll hold the Shifting Wood. We can activate it multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Riddler, draw a card. And I imagine you do not attack. Temple. So in that case, how do I want to proceed? I'll grab this Ghost Quarter to start. Another Emrakul. Alright. Shifting Wood. Target Emrakul. And we'll hold back colorless. So you currently have 10. So this would be 3, 9. You could have a Solitude. So we will attack in like this. This should be lethal damage if you have nothing else. Right? 10, 3, 9, lethal. Oh, well, I guess not. Should have attacked in with the ice still as well. Did I math wrong there? I did. 1000% math wrong. Why did I feel like I was one short? Okay, well, in that case, Ghost Quarter. And I don't think Bajuka Bog does anything in this situation. I guess it kind of does. Bajuka Bog, target you. And pass. But no, should have definitely attacked with Ice. I thought for some reason we're good without it. And Bone scoops it up. Okay. Okay. Outside of me almost punting that, that worked out. So let's bring back in the Gemstone, trim the Rumble. I guess to be fair, we could have gotten blown up by Solitudes. Maybe still holding back the Ice still was correct. Because we get blown up by Solitude there, we're kind of in trouble. Opponent looking at the 6. We're on the draw. Need a soul land. Wish this was a forest, but it's not. I'll keep it for an early Chrysalis attempt. Pass in full. And what is it? Do they play Ragavan? They do. Ocelot Pride, though, that's fine. Draw. Talisman. Not what I wanted to see. Go green. And pass. And pass. White for Prismatic. Ocelot Pride. Attack. I'd love to see a K return. No K return. In that case, Verdant Catacomb, playing around Charma, of course. Grab a Forest. Talisman. And Talisman. Fetch. Surveil. And we'll pass. And pass. Take 4 down to 12. Guide of Souls. That is a lot of cats. Draw. Shifting Wood is not the answer. Well, Consign 1000% kills me. Play the Shifting Wood. Writhing Chrysalis. Do you have a Consign? There's Consign to Memory. Yield all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 down to 1. Hold up the K command. I guess that way if they put the counters on a cat, then we can at least exile, but I'm not sure they'll be that silly. Riddler. Yep. And triggers. So even a K return here doesn't do me enough. So yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Would put us the 2, but the K return doesn't do enough. I mean, I think it's our only hope, right? So I guess we could, if we draw into the K return, I guess we could K command, K return, clear. All right, we'll take. Down the 1. Yield all. You have all the cats you could ever need. So K return or bust. So I suppose what I can do here is Scrydraw exile. I can go too deep. Yeah? If you have a consign, you win. Heat's not it. K return or bust? Nah, it's a Micro Spawn. We'll concede. Unfortunate. Weird deck, though. But, I mean, it did its thing, but I felt like most of what we lost to was energy doing its thing, not the blink part of it. So, I don't know how to feel about it. It's weird, though. Regardless, we'll be back for match number 6. Alright, we're back for match number 6 on the draw for game 1. We'll pass. What do we want here off of Devourer? Another... I guess a Rumble would be good. K command. Some more ramp, I suppose. I guess that's one downside. Oh, hold up, Broodscale. He is a Brood. Trigger. So definitely need a land here for this K return. Oh, I'd like that K command, though. Do we grab the Shifting Wood or the K command? I think I have to grab the Shifting Wood, unfortunately. Stomp, tapped, and pass. And pass. So definitely Broodscale. Saga. Rumble. There's Brood. I imagine they take Brood. Chooses Temple. So they have a Brood in hand then. We draw K command. As awkward as it is, what I need to do here, I need to ramp and exile the spawn. The reason why I need to do this is because if they have Brood Blade, they can win next turn, right? Brood Blade. I guess I can't equip. If they go Brood Blade, I guess they'd have to Brood Blade equip and Ballista. So Brood Blade equip, Brood Blade, Ballistas. It would have to be 4 out of the 5 cards in hand. We could K command the spawn to try and stop that. Do I think they're that lucky though? I don't know. That's a good question. At the very least, they have a Brood in hand. Otherwise, they would have pulled Brood. So we know at least 2 cards in hand. Do we K command the spawn just in case, or do I hold it? I'm gonna hold it. All right. How lucky can you be? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 7, 8. Saga trigger. Temple. TKS main. That's brutal. I have to hold both the K command and the return. So, yep, that resolves. Was not expecting TKS main. Chrysalis main, sure. Mycospawn main, sure. TKS main, not so much. So I think this might be, is it what, Terabad's version? K return out. We'll pass. And hold. There's Chrysalis. We can't play it though. We'll play the Shifting Wood instead. And I'll pass. We hold the K command for the Brood. Float. There's the Blade. So, I mean, if they go Brood, we can exile Brood, ramp, go Breaker, hit Blade. We have another TCast. Nope, there's Brood. Okay. Go to equip. Make sure you're actually equipping 2 Brood. Hold up. Yep, you are. Ramp and exile Brood. And done. Paying cost for adapt. Yes, yield all. And yield all. So Brood down, ramp. How many types do you have in yard right now? 1. We'll pass in full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ew. Getting a bit close to Emrakul for my liking. We'll draw. Sprawl. Sprawl. For green. Unfortunately, we did whiff on a land. Yeah, so I can't World Breaker the Blade. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose here. 2, 4, 6. Yep. 1 short on the World Breaker. There's Chrysalis. Yield all. And I will pass. I mean, they knew we had the K command, so I play Brood into it unless you had a backup. That'd be my assumption, at least. Nope, that's going through. I'm going to feign that I have another K command. Draw. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Give me a soul land, please. They have a K command. If I just lose to an Emrakul here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We would need to knock it down at least 4, which we could do with the K command. So I think I need to hold this K command. Yep, we're just going to hold. Because assuming you have Emrakul K command, we have to play around it. Awkward board state. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Here's the K command, like a tonk. X equals 2. Yep, that resolves. Holding the spawns back. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. So in that case, we have to play around Emrakul. So trigger until the turn, yield all. Always yield. Trigger, trigger, and trigger. Ramp, exile cards in yard. So how many is this? 1, 3, 7. So basically the entire yard. Done. I guess actually, let's pause. Oh, I guess I can't do that anymore. Nope, I should have done that a little bit differently. So what I should have done is held up probably a red source still. Yeah, that way I could at least represent K return. All right. At least we're still representing K command, but I think they know all the cards in my hand right now. It's the only problem. Rumble. Oh, it's the lab version. Interesting. I don't think I noticed that until now. I guess that makes more sense to play TKS main if you're not playing talismans as well. Chooses Flesh Rake. And if you have the Brood, you win here. If you want to play through. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One short of Emrakul. What do you got, opponent? 'Tis the question of the day. There's the Flesh Raker. They tapped down their last green, so that should be fine then. Blade equipped to TKS? Yes, that is fine. Yield all. Sacking. Alright. Oh, for another blade. Looks like it. How big can this thing get? Yield all. Can make the jump up to 8, 10, 12. Well, that's actually a little bit concerning. Even if the Emerald, I don't think I can actually kill it, funny enough. Plays a bauble. Yeah, it's going to be bigger than Emerald right now. That's disconcerting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. So I can block with a spawn. Yeah, 10, 12, 14. So no matter what, this thing's going to be bigger than Emrakul. Ew. Go to blocks. We do have to block. And trigger, yield all. So how do I get rid of this thing now? Myco spawn. I mean, I think we still have to stick with Emrakul. And 6. It's gonna be so big, though. Yield all. I'm in danger. Was I drawn to, like, their K command to deal with their TKS? Things are freaking 22-22 right now. Well, passing full. No attacks. Yep, sacrifice your spawns now. Try your cards of Bauble if you want. If you drew into a K command, you have to cast it for 0. Oh, did you actually? Shoot. Ah, I needed that. Son of a... Of course you would draw into it just enough. As my one out to your freaking TKS. Stop it. I guess you can draw a card now. That's fine. Do it. Just draw the card. I was right about the Emrakul. There's Soul Guides. We can Soul Guide them. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 25 power on the board. So we definitely want a Soul Guide Lantern. I should do that after attacking with the Flesh Rake, though. How am I dealing with this TKS? So Soul Guide Lantern, eat K command, shrink by 2. I guess I could crack the Bauble, draw a card, try and find a solution. Hey, it's the K command. So that was by far the best thing we could have drawn into. Wow. Okay. So how do we want to proceed here? That's X equals 4 exactly. We exile the TKS. Do we want to do that before or after we attack? We want to do that after we attack the Glaring Flashraker and the Emrakul. So then we will lab, trigger, imprint, Emrakul. So then I will... Actually, maybe I want to do it before. I might want to do before. So we can do K command, exile TKS, exile 4 cards in yard, Soul Guide Lantern, and then get rid of another card in yard. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So let's do it this way. So exile, 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 then we're going to go... K command will end up in yard, so we need to get rid of both this K command. So let's see. We get rid of 4. I can get rid of... We're also going to have Fleshrake in yard. So I'm thinking... Saga? Bauble. I guess they can put Artifact in pretty easily, though. Saga, Rumble, K command, land. Yes. Let's do that. And then 4. So this way, we will then get as many cards out. Fleshrake will make a spawn, which will trigger. I'll lose a life, but that's fine, because that means I can play their Soul Guide Lantern, get rid of another card. We'll draw. And then we're going to go to combat. Attack for 2. Go to blocks. So now Fleshraker out. Triggers. Yield onto turn. Cast Soul Guide Lantern. Triggers. Yield all. Soul Guide Lantern, exile the K command. So now they're down to 2 types in yard. And at this point, we pass. Wow. Now that was one hell of an Emrakul turn. Holy hell. Alright, I mean, worst case scenario here is they draw into a Brood. Land. Did you draw into the Broodscale? Drew into a Fleshraker? That's fine. We will draw. Ice Tail ain't doing anything here. So next turn we can Mycospawn Bajuka Bog. Go to attacks. Attack with all. Have them block with a Fleshraker first. Yep. Triggers, yield all. Second main. Cast Mycospawn. Yield all. Bajuka Bog. Target you. Pass. Emrakul to hand. And pass. Did you find the Broodscale? K command? What is this? What are you doing? This has to be a K command, right? Leave 1 forest up for the Brood. Yep. Digging for deep. One top, three bottom. Did they find the brood? Oh shit. No shot. Alright. This is a problem. Because now they can make infinite blockers. Or infinite. Basically, the spawns are infinite. They can play the Emrakul now. I think we lose here if they play this correctly, because all they need to do is Mycospawn kick my Shifting Woodland. Yeah, all they need to do is Mycospawn kick my Shifting Woodland. Wild. That's wild. Alright, well, while opponent does this, I do need to take a quick call, so I will be right back. I'll just mute myself. Alright, and we're back, and opponent has my turn. I mean, this is GG's, right? I can't do anything about this board state. Their spawns are infinite. Their Emrakul is bigger than my Emrakul, so they're gonna eat. My Charissa's my Emrakul. Can I do anything here? Especially if they Mycospawn kick my Shifting Wood? I don't think so. So, unfortunately, I think this is GG's. What a hell of a game, though. That was absolutely insane. Alright. I mean, they attack in, they block. Huh. What else can I do here? If anything. I don't think I can. Like, we can theoretically Shifting Wood, but yeah. Alright, I'll let them continue to take control of my turn. I'll be right back. Okay. We receive our turn. They exiled my yard. I got nothing here, friends. I will concede. Okay. So a little bit awkward, but for those who over on YouTube might not know, I live on a college campus. I'm actually employed by a college. Um, and one of the benefits of doing so and living on college is that my housing is subsidized. The only downside, however, is that I do need to be on call over weekends sometimes. Unfortunately, I have received a call, one of which I do need to address, and as such, I'm going to have to concede out of this match. I will hopefully be back for the remainder of the challenge, but it does kind of suck that I will have to do so. But unfortunately, duty calls, and I shall answer. So we're going to submit the deck list as is. We're going to concede out. That was an insane game, though. I'm glad we were able to play it out at the very least. With that being said, I'll hopefully be back for match number 7. All right, we're back for match 7 on the play for game 1. I will keep. Potentially we're against Ruby Storm. We'll have to wait and see, though. Opponent down to 6. I need to hit something good off this Rumble. What I really want is just try and angle towards this Emrakul. Bloodstainmire. End step fetch. For commercial district surveil. Lab. Top. And draw. Lab imprint. Rumble. Really now? Sprawl. And pass. So next turn we can sprawl. 2 types in yard. Definitely not getting to this Emrakul anytime soon at this rate. Surveil. Alright, I guess we'll see in a second whether or not it's Ruby Storm after all. If it is, this game one's going to suck. Scouting Tarn fetch. It's a medallion. Ew, okay. Draw. Devourer. Forest, Sprawl, for red, and pass, hold, and pray. Not confident. DRC. Ritual. I'm going to get rid of this DRC now. Pass. I don't want them stacking the top of their deck if I can help it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Short. Impulse draw. Manamorphose. Mana positive draw. At least we stop them from surveilling. Manamorphose. Draws a card. They haven't played their land for turns, so they can play the Parlor. Parlor. Surveil. And we get our turn back. Ral. I need a soul land. I need a temple is what I need. Grape shot. Criminy. Okay. I'm in danger. Does Ral flip? If Ral flips, they have 8 on Ral. Flips tails. Thankfully, they don't flip. Phase change. Give me a temple. I need a temple ASAP. Or a K command. K command works too. Temple, K command. Draw. Rough. I mean, I go stomping ground tapped and pass and pray. Ritual. Okay. Do you have a wish in the piff? So I think we just lose here. Because, yeah, they can just piff and they win. Yeah, I'm gonna go to game 2. There is not much I can do about that. I desperately need. I mean, even if I had the Devourer, wouldn't have mattered much. I don't think. So Trinisphere in, Heat in, Bauble in, Cage in, 2 Claims in, 1 Soulish Jailer in, K Return out, Ice Till, Chrysalis out, Ghost Quarter, Gemstone out, Cavern Souls out, and a Sire 7 Death? Yes, that looks correct. Alright, let's run it back. On the play for game 2. Seeing the sprawl here kind of sucks. We could try and find a land and then rumble. Try and find one of our hate pieces. Thing is, we see a Trinisphere off the Devourer. It's just a bust. I think a mulligan here. That one's better. Yeah, this one's much better. Though we don't want to fetch. Kind of awkward. I guess we just go like this. Hold up claim. Do we really pitch the temple, though? I don't want to. I think it's probably correct. Alternatively, could pitch the Myco spawn. But I definitely want claim. I guess we could pitch the sprawl instead. Yeah, might as well pitch the sprawl then. Well, yeah. Because we're not going to be able to play Myco spawn onto 3 anyways. Or the Trinisphere. Let's keep this. Pitch the sprawl. Keep the claim. Reveal Devourer. There's Jailer. I will take the Jailer, yeah. And stops their impulse draws. I'll play the Windswept Teeth and pass. And pass. And draw. Fetch. Slumming Grounds are forest. We'll go forest here. Temple. Jailer. Pass. Like I said, at least it stops the impulse draws. And stops Piff. And Ral, for that matter. It's probably like the second best card to DRC. Not a fan of that. Sacred Foundry tapped. And draw Myco. Verdant Catacomb fetch. We'll go Stomping Ground Shock. Cast Myco spawn. Yield all for Temple so I can kick next turn. No attacks. Manamorphose. Mana neutral, draw a card. That does get around Jailer. Ritual to Yard. Do you have a Pending? Pending would suck here. Surveil. Passing. Commercial district. I'll start by attacking with Myco. Applying some pressure to the board. And then kicking Myco. I'm going to Bajuka Bog here. Get rid of the cards in yard. Commercial district, surveil. To yard with you. And pass. And pass. Next turn we can devour the DRC out. Ruby Medallion, we can Nature's Claim that. I wonder if there would have been benefit of holding up a green source. Maybe. Or the exact scenario. Ritual. You can't pending here. I guess now you can pending. I mean, if you pending Piff, all you would have left is the Manamorphose as it stands. You can't do anything if the Ren's resolves, that's fine. There's Ral. You can play the Ral. So yeah, I do wonder if I should have held up a green source for the Nature's Claim rather than a Bajuka Bog. Wish. That's dangerous. Yeah. Thinking maybe I should have held up, rather than the Bajuka Bog, held up a green source. The RC will be forced to attack. He could have wished for a Wear Tear. Damn. Wish again. No cards in hand. What did you find? Orm's Chant, trying to flip the Ral. They flip tails again. Well, we got lucky, but I should have played that a bit better. If I had Nature's Claim, things would have been different. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the good news is I can devour Ral, yield all. And then Nature's Claim Medallion. Go to combat, attack with all. Lethal's now on board. Did we get there? Ren's Resolve. Land for turn. Attack for 3 down to 10. And that should be the game. Combat. Attack. Okay. Well, despite us almost punting, we were able to get there. Yeah, definitely. I was thinking Bajuka Bog might be relevant for a future Piff, but I think holding up the Nature's Claim would have been definitely the better choice in retrospect. We're in Gemstone. Trim on Rumble. There's Trinisphere. We keep this all day long. I just need to hope they don't turn 2. keep. Bottom mulligan's down to 6. I just need to top deck some action though. That's the one thing with this hand. It has no action, so it's purely reactive. Surveil. Keeps it on top. We draw. Another temple. Wooded Foothill fetch for a forest, just in case they have a blood moon. Go for red or for green. We have a talisman. We'll go red and pass and pass. Fetch Bloodstained Mire. They go for the turn 2. Ren's Resolve. Draw. Devourer. So we can play Shifting Woodland. That'll be untapped. Shifting Woodland on Sprawl for green. Trinisphere. And pass. And pass. Bloodstained Mire fetch. Put Grapeshot into yard, I'd imagine. Row. Grapeshot stays in exile. Draw. Play Temple. Talisman. Talisman. Pass. And pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short of Emrakul. Attack with Ral, down to 18. Next turn we'll exile Ral. Speaking of Emrakul, I guess actually I should do it this way. Exile Ral, pass, and pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, still too short. Another one. Draw. Mycospawn kick. Kick Elegant Parlor. We can go Sanctum of Ugin. Yeah, let's grab, actually, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then we need Temple. Grab the Temple. Go to combat, swing for 6. Down to 12. Pass. Do we get there with the Emrakul? I mean, this is going to be their entire turn if they get rid of Trinisphere. DRC's fine. Draw. K command. K command's mana neutral, actually. So we can ramp Scry draw, and it's mana neutral because, right? 3, so 1, right? It's mana neutral because we add 2 types to yard. So the 2 that we pay basically zeroes out. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we could play K command, ramp Scry draw, though I'm not sure if I need to do that right now. I think playing Emrakul should be enough. Because we can slam Ral into our creatures, slam DRC into our creatures. Emrakul, yield all. Our turn. Ritual, Wish. So I'm going to draw. There's Wooded Foothills. Go to main. We will Wooded Foothills, fetch, fail to find. I'm going to cast Wish. Trigger Ral. Trigger DRC. Yield all. Yield all. Piff we can keep on top. Tails. I would not like to use its ability. go to combat. Attack, attack. Go to blocks, we block, and pass. Pith is the last card on top. They don't have enough mana to cast it. And that should be the game. And we got there. Trinisphere brought us there. All right. Not bad at all. Solid wins against Ruby Storm, despite me almost misplaying, I think, in game 2. But not bad in the slightest. All right. Well, with that being said, there's a chance that we do top 8 here, so I'll either be back for the wrap-up or the quarterfinals of tonight's challenge. Be back shortly. All right, and we're back with the wrap-up, and unfortunately, my breakers did not get us there. All the opponents I was rooting for to win just, they didn't do too well. All 3 of them lost their matches, so our OMW went from like 60% all the way down to 53%, so we got absolutely hosed on breakers. So, unfortunate, but still, top 16, 13th place, still pretty good. I'll take it, especially given that my second loss was because I had to had to concede out of the match since I had to step away from the computer. So overall, deck performed really well. We got 2 wins over on Ruby Storm, which is honestly kind of insane. Solid win against Belcher, solid win against Blink, Affinity, with our only losses to Energy/Blink, and then of course our concession against Broodscale. But with that being said, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see the lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback, be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you reached the point of the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you do want to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon to watch these videos ad-free and early. With that being said though, folks, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!